Hi everyone, it's Alex here of the Mad Cartographer, and this is our third What a Mad Week, and it's going to be a catch-up of the stuff that we did last week. A little bit of a delay on this one because yesterday was Father's Day in the UK, and as a father it meant that I just had a real nice chill out and might have drank a little bit too much wine at lunch and at dinner time, and so I fell asleep really early, which means I didn't push this update out last night, and it means I'm now making the video early Monday morning. So, that aside, last week we did more work on, I did a lot of work on the MyAirBridge to make sure all the files are getting ported over. I did a little bit of work on the brochure, and we released 3 new maps. I say 3 new maps, we released 3 maps. So the first one that we are looking at is the Fountain of Ochikoro. The adventure for this was written by One Page Mage for us. We commissioned him to do that. And it is a pretty extensive adventure. So I've got it broken down into all the different rooms. We've put these images in. We don't normally do this for the adventures because navigating this thing is going to be complicated, because the rooms don't all have a normal flow, as you will see in a minute when we demonstrate it. So we've had to kind of put these down so you can quickly find the rooms that you need to get to. This map is available to the All the Things tier. It was built very much so for Foundry. And the PDF version of the map of the adventure is available. So if you wanted to print this, then you're also going to have the adventure. If you are a Roll20 user, you're going to struggle to use this map, just because of the limitations that Foundry has. It's just not going to work great. And the reason being for that is that with this map, if you haven't seen the other video already, you have these rotating ring sections that will open up new areas of the map and close off other areas, and it all kind of works with the flow of the dungeon, with the adventure. You get access to different areas. You can do this in Foundry. You could print this out and put a little paper fastener in the middle and rotate the rings like that. Roll20 is just not going to be able to do it. If you want to use this map in Roll20, I would recommend using some sort of teleportation, keeping the static map, and when you hit a wall, I don't know, there's a puzzle or something on there and it'll teleport you to another area. Or don't use the map. Unfortunately, it is the limitations of Roll20 over Foundry. So really excited with this map. Really loved it. Got a lot of new assets, all these kind of like wall vine assets, just to make this really nice kind of like jungle ruin terrain. Took me a while to make these. Then I did the layout. We gave the layout over to One Page Mage, and he made some pretty cool stuff. We've got like puzzle rooms in here. I think we've got 3 puzzle rooms, and there's a third one. But it was Stefan that filled the entire area out. He built the new assets. He did, the bulk of the work on this one. But overall, fantastic job. Absolutely love it. Inspired by, and I can't forget, it was inspired by... Nope, wrong one. Boop. This map. So this is the Crypt of Luanfen. That might be how you pronounce it. By GXspec or DJ Xspec. That might be how you pronounce it. This is like a 10-year-old map. I saw this like so long ago. I used to be quite big on the Cartographers Guild back in the day. And this got released, and I thought, oh, that's really cool. But it was at the time pre-Foundry. Wouldn't work on the majority of VTTs. But I always kind of had it in the back of my head when I made the Mad Cartographer's Maze for the Greek, for the Pick and Mix and the Mythic Greece theme. Was it Mythic Greece? It was meant to be Mythic Greece. It came out for the Pick and Mix. And we did the rotating central tile. I was like, okay, now we're going to do this. So shout out to them. Shout out to their content. I will even put a link to their DeviantArt below. So yeah, completely different layout. Completely different adventure, just using that theme of these rotating rings. It's very cool. So that is map 1. Map 2 was the Temple of Eliaris. This was created for Luke over at the DM lair. We do a new map for him every month. He puts the map and the adventure into his PDF. We get the adventure to put onto our VTTs. So we can put the adventure into Foundry. We can put it onto a Roll20 marketplace product down the line. It does mean that if you are not a Foundry user, you will not have access to this adventure unless you are a patron of Luke. Again, this week, the Roll20 users kind of got double bagged a little bit, I'm afraid. But that is just unfortunate. It's just the layout of when this release schedule worked and when maps got finished. So if you are a Foundry user, then you'll have full access to the adventure made by the DM lair, and it is Temple of the Rotting God. There you go. It's got some new creatures in it. It's got some new items. Again, pretty extensive adventure. So there you go. Again, using these kind of vines and stuff. Kind of went to town with the vines this week. There is a blank version of this as well, available to the All the Things tier. I've just not put them into Foundry yet. I keep forgetting to add the blanks for some reason because I'm so focused on adding in all the adventure content. I've not been doing that, but I will. Before the theme's over, you will get access to it. The last one is Brightspears Shrine. This map will look familiar to you. This was, I believe, a variant only available to the All the Things tier for our Swamps theme a few months back. We have made this map now available to all 3 tiers, so you've all got access to this one. The adventure for this was created by TJ over at the DM Tool Chest. This is Shrine of the Swamp Hydra. Again, another really cool adventure. Some additional stuff like encounter tables for random encounters get into this place. He's done a really great job of working out how to put this into your own campaign, what might lead you up to it, what you can do after it. First time we've worked with TJ, really impressed with his adventure writing. Hope to be working with him again in the coming months, something we're in the process of discussing at the moment. But you will have access to the PDF, so everybody gets access to the PDF of this, so you'll be able to see the full content. You'll have access to the new map, and yes, and it's already in Foundry. All of these have now been updated in Foundry. So that is the adventure content. What time we're coming up on? We are 7 minutes. Fantastic. Okay, that's going to give me a final few minutes to MyAirBridge. We're so close on having this ready so that you guys will be able to download all your maps really easily. We've got it set up at the moment, so we've got all the things here, just a little demo. You would go in to the maps section because we've got assets and maps, and then you will choose whether you want compressed JPEGs, ideal for Roll20, WebP, ideal for Foundry, or the printed version. Still working on the printed versions. Bear with us. It's a lot of work to get them all done again. But you can pretty much go in. Everything's broken down into theme. We're pretty much updated. So we've got all the Wizard's Choice stuff in here. We've got most of the... I don't think we've got these... we've not got the last 2 in there. So we've got pretty much everything in, apart from Curse of the Frost Maiden and Pick and Mix. Everything else is in. We kind of like worked back to front and front to back and met in the middle. So we're going to be working on these for the last part of this week. And really easy. You could literally just right click, download the entire folder for all the caverns if you just wanted some cavern stuff, or you could even right click and download and just get all of the maps that we have made for Roll20, all of the ones for Foundry, and these are the gridless versions. They've all now got our watermark in the top corner, so you can line them up in Roll20. Everything has the grid sizes on there, so 22 by 36 or whatever. The print ones will have grids printed on them, so they will come with hex and square versions, and probably a blank as well, all in a PDF. That's why it's taking so long to get them ready. I'm going to try and get them done as soon as possible, but everything else should be ready by the end of the month. I am away from Thursday for a week. I go on a holiday, which is great. Also quite stressful because there's so much that I need to do. But hopefully all this stuff will be ready. There you go. So, folks, that's where we're at. I hope you're excited with these new maps. I know it's a bit of a mixed bag for people depending on what tiers you're on, what your VTT of choice is. And that is just the way it's going to fall sometimes. Next month, we have our new cartographer starting with us. They will start from the beginning, so we're going to have more content going out over the month. A little bit of an insight. Next month's theme is going to be dreaded domains. We are going to be hitting up, where are we at? This boy. We're going to be going into Van Richten's, and we're going to go across quite a few of the domains of dread and smash out a bunch of maps. There will be more details of that to come in our last video of the month, which I will release probably Tuesday. I'm probably going to do it on the last day, and that will give you the updates of everything that's happening with the brochure, MyAirBridge, and the final maps and adventures that we get out this week. So there you go. Busy week. Lots going on behind the scenes as ever. Hopefully you're going to love these new maps. We're really proud of the Fountain of Ochikoro. If that isn't enough to inspire you to try out Foundry, I don't know what is. But you should all play on Foundry. So thank you guys for watching. As ever, we do this for you guys. We're working real hard. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you love it. And keep rolling those 20s, folks. Peace.